Hi and welcome to the Forest of Arden. My name is Chris Ryan, and in this video we're going to give you 3 things that you might be able to learn from recent US Open winner Dustin Johnson's golfing. Just before we get into exactly what we're going to talk about, in the corner of the screen you should have the details for my social media accounts. That's Facebook, that's Twitter, and that's Instagram. If you don't do it already, then please go ahead and follow me on those. So, very topical video. He has just won the US Open just over a week ago. Fantastic performance, tee to green, definitely the best in the field. Matched that with a great short game, and hence he came out on top for the week. So the first thing we're going to look at is something that he does in the backswing with his lower body, which I certainly think can help many of you out there. If I just take my starting position, what he does during the backswing is he allows his knees to change flex fantastically well. So what you will see is his trail leg, so his right leg, will start to straighten a little bit as he makes his backswing, and contrasting to that, his lead knee will start to flex by some amount. Now, the reason this has to happen is because he is turning his hips on a fantastic angle. Have a look at his golf swing, you'll see huge amounts of hip turn, a great angled hip turn, and in turn his knees have to change flex. If he was to try and maintain his knee flex from the start, that would really inhibit how much he can turn his hips, and that in turn would inhibit how much he can turn his shoulders. He would therefore have an extremely short golf swing, or he would have a position at the top where his arms have had to flex or collapse in an attempt to get that club anywhere near the end of a golf swing. So certainly this can help you. We don't want you to start your golf swing by straightening your back legs, certainly, but what we'd like you to do is have a little bit more of an unrestricted hip turn and allow the knees to change flex as a result of that. It's certainly going to help you with a better turn in the way back, and that is certainly going to lend itself to longer drives. So the second thing is to look at how he controls the club face with his lead wrist. Now, many of you will know or will have recognised that he has quite a unique position at the top of his golf swing with his lead wrist. As he gets to the top, his wrist is extremely arched or flexed, and the club face is pointing very much towards the sky. Now, this would place the golf club in a more strong position or a slightly closed position. Now, I certainly don't think that you would play fantastic golf from there. I think that might make the ball go a little bit left. But certainly the idea of this can help many golfers, especially if you're the kind of golfer who struggles with your driver going too much to the right of your target. Very often those golfers who do struggle with that shot, by the end of the early downswing, have the club face far too open. So the club face points up towards the sky, and the reason the club face is too open is because this lead wrist is actually cupped, it's extended, so it's in this shape. So feeling like we move it to a Dustin Johnson type position is probably going to find that we end up somewhere halfway between with a more flat wrist, and that is certainly going to help you. So in your backswing and towards the top, I would certainly like you to feel like the back of the hand is facing the sky a little bit more, and then as you complete the end of the early downswing, we would hopefully find that club face is a little bit more neutral due to the lead wrist being a little bit flatter, and that in turn is going to help you down at impact with the relationship between the club face and the club path. If you are struggling with the direction with your driver, you definitely have issues in controlling that relationship. This idea can certainly help. The last thing we're going to look at is his impact position and what he does with his trail arm. So take a look at when he gets to impact with the driver, and what you will see is you will see his back arm, his right arm, still has quite a bit of flex as he's making contact with that ball. Certainly it will straighten after this, but at impact he has quite a bit of flex in that right arm. Now, how can this help you? Well, the reason he has this flex in his right arm is because of the amount of rotation he has at impact. He is extremely rotated towards the target, and as we start to rotate towards the target, the right shoulder will get closer to the golf ball. If my right shoulder gets closer to the golf ball and I start to extend my right arm, we're going to have a collision between the club and the ground a good foot to 18 inches before the golf ball. That is certainly not what we want to do. So if I asked you from the top to work towards impact and keep some flex in that right arm, you would probably find that you have to make a huge rotation through, and you would have to probably create a much better pivot. What this will do is it will encourage you to rotate a little bit more, and it will encourage you to have a little bit better sequencing in the downswing. All too often I see golfers, as they start down, body doesn't pivot particularly well, right arm straightens too early, and we start to get an impact where we're a little bit too square onto the golf ball, and that's certainly a good way to restrict how much speed we can put in the golf. So there's three things which I certainly think the ideas of these might help you. I certainly don't want you to go out there and start swinging exactly like Dustin Johnson, because among other things, he's a fantastic athlete who can marry all these things together. But I certainly think there's some things in there which can help you and certainly get you to hit that driver a little bit better. Right, let me have a go. So on the 13th hole here at the Forest of Arden, see if I can channel my inner Dustin Johnson and hit this fairway. Okay, and I'd certainly be pretty happy with that drive. So Dustin Johnson, fantastic player. For me, a great golf swing, some unique things in there that match together very, very well to now enable him to hit some fantastic golf shots under pressure. So those three things certainly I think can help you also hit straighter and longer tee shots. Thank you for watching. Please click the like button if you liked it. Any comments you've got, you can post those in the boxes down below. And last thing, if you haven't done already, then please subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free, no cost whatsoever. Loads more videos on there and more being uploaded each week. So click the description in the, click the link I should say in the description down below, and please subscribe. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you again soon.